Hello, Charlotte, and welcome to another episode of CMPAC Spotlight here at Public Access 21. Tonight, we've got a very special guest for you. She's a producer who is so famous, she's infamous. Welcome, Doc Honeycutt.
Hi.
I have heard so much about you. I've been so excited about today.
Oh my God, what did you hear?
Well, all good things, you know, so if you want to share any bad things, I'm open. But so you have a show here. Well, you have two shows?
Well, I have two shows under the same name.
Okay.
So I'll run one week and the other the next week, because they're different ladies. It's Beautiez Bikerz, all of us, the same, but just kind of keep the ladies separate, doing their own things because they do different things.
Yeah. Do you think you'll ever do an episode where they're bikers against beauties?
Well, both of them are beauties and bikers because they're beautiful bikers and they're beautiful models. So both shows, like I said, are called the Beauties and Bikers. But as far as the competition, I've heard that a couple times this week. Like, everybody want to see them together. And I'm like, no, they're not. They should not be together. I'm keeping them separate. But who knows?
I want to know your story because, like I said, so many people just love you around here.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you went to medical school. You're from, originally, where are you from?
So I grew up here, and I went to school, high school here, but then, I really did not even decide that I wanted to be a medical practitioner until kind of later on, because I'm like, we got enough doctors. I wanted somebody to be able to look like me when they, because it wasn't, at that time, it was not like a lot of ethnic doctors.
Right.
But also, my specialty is naturopathy. I don't do any meds because I'm like, we got enough doctors, we got enough medical doctors. So I wanted to do something different. So I had to go find a program that offered alternative treatments because not many programs had the alternative treatments. So I had to go to school actually longer than the MDs because I had to learn what they knew.
Right.
And I had to learn
Plus
the stuff that I needed to know as well. But, I made it through and, immediately got a job working, and I had to go to school actually longer than the MDs because I had to learn what they knew.
Right.
And I had to learn
Plus
the stuff that I needed to know as well. And so I did. I went to school for 12 years.
Wow.
I remember my sister, she was like, are you going to ever finish school? Because it took forever. But, I made it through and, immediately got a job working, and it's been a real ride. Like, I was ordained to do what I do, and that's take care of people.
So when you were a child, you're saying just medical never really was in your...
No, I didn't grow up saying I want to be a doctor when I grow up.
Did you grow up saying you want to ride a bike?
No, I kind of fell into that.
So how did that happen?
Because my mother was the first Beautiez and Bikerz. She rode on the back though, and so we went to Bike Week. She would take us to Bike Week, and this one particular year, when my sister and I went to Bike Week, we saw all kind of devastation. Like we talked about the wrecks and the girls riding on the back of the motorcycles and the guys popping their wheelies. And so on the way home, we were like, when we go home, we're going to look for some bikes. We're going to get our own bikes, So we couldn't wait to get home so we could wake up the next day because that was that Sunday. We were going to wake up on that Monday and we were going to go get us some bikes. Well, when we went to go get bikes, the guy was like, do y'all know how to ride? We knew how to ride, but we didn't have our credentials from, And he was like, well, I'll tell you what, go take the safety class. And once you take the safety class, I'll sell you a bike. We just wanted to buy bikes from him. You know what I'm saying? We were going to do everything right, but he didn't sell us the bikes. And I'm glad we did go take the safety class, even though we knew how to ride and we grew up with them. But when we got ready to get our motorcycles, we didn't go back to his shop. We went and bought us some bikes somewhere else because he wouldn't sell
He
them.
made it too hard.
He wouldn't sell them to us right there. We were going to buy
Yeah.
bikes and leave. When you go to that class from Friday to Sunday, Friday you're in the classroom. Saturday you're on the motorcycles all day. Sunday you're on the motorcycles all day. It ain't no sitting on the sideline. You are actually learning how to ride the motorcycle.
Right. Okay.
So maybe it's, mental, maybe, but like hard, no.
No. So you fell in love with it. It became your love.
It became my love. And it's just kind of like a release. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't get on my motorcycle if I'm having a bad day. I get on my motorcycle if my mind is clear. Because you need to be able to focus. You know, you need to be able to see what's around you. You got to make sure that scene is safe. You got to make sure everybody see you. So if people say they get on it as a, to release stress. Yeah, but I don't do that. Like, if I'm having a bad day, I will not get on my motorcycle at all.
But do you feel like it's still part of your mental health self-care?
It helps. Yes, it does. It does. Because when you get on it, you forget about everything else.
Yeah.
You just kind of like blow it in the wind. But
Yeah. So how did your love for bikes become a show? And how did the modeling aspect also kind of work into that?
Well, once again, when I first started riding motorcycles, there were far and few women riding motorcycle riders. Like, you could count them on your hands here in this city. It may be, maybe it was popular somewhere else, but not here. And so I just want, and bikers we get a bad rap. People think that the face of bikers, you have to be wild, you got to be crazy,
An
you
outlaw.
you kill people, like all kind of stuff. And the majority of bikers, they're professional like me. They're doctors, lawyers, It's just a sport. So I wanted to showcase and change the face of what people thought motorcycle riding was. I wanted to let them know that we're moms, we're professional, we're doctors, we're lawyers, we're judges, but we just like the need. We just got a need for speed. We like to ride motorcycles, and that's it. We're professional people too. So, and because when you heard about bike riding, that's all you heard about. It was like outlaw, the bad stuff. You never heard
The
about
Hells
like
Angels,
what we do in the community. Like, bikers do a whole lot in the community.
Yes, and that was going to be my next question for you, because I know from my one experience of going to Bike Week, a lot of the clubs, they ride for specific causes, and I never knew that until I went to that. Do you guys affiliate with any cause, or does that play into like some of the events you attend? So
if I like to do a lot of the community stuff. So whenever we're invited to come out, we definitely do come out to like the different community stuff. But like I said, I'm a mental health advocate myself. So anything, that has something to do with mental illness, I want people to reach out to me, sign me up, because mental illness is real. But nobody wants to talk about it because of the stigma that has been attached to it. And I try to get the word out that there is help and there is hope, but I can't do it by myself.
Right.
It takes a whole village,
Yeah.
Because this thing it's rampant.
Yeah.
And people are ashamed because they think you don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, like what somebody said, like if you had a flu or a cold or cancer or anything, you would go to a doctor and have that taken care of. But with mental health, we don't do that, but it's no different.
It's no different. But you have to, be willing to address it and, and admit that you need help. You got to get through that people don't understand part.
Right.
And once you get through that and say, I'm going to get help. Because a lot of people can help you with a lot of different things. But that's one thing that you have to kind of be willing to help yourself on as well.
Yeah.
And you got to keep them that toolbox, you know what I'm saying, but for those triggers as well, and be able to recognize when something's about to happen or come on.
Yeah, yeah. So with the show, well, let me ask, how long have you been doing this show? You said 2017 was the first iteration of it.
So, no, when I first started here in 2017, I'd done a show called Life from Studio DLC. And just pretty much like you and I, you know, talking to different experts when they come in to the studio. And then I was like, you know, I want a reality show. So normally when I get in that mode, it don't take me long, you know, for me to start putting things together. So probably within like the next week or so, I was ready to shoot a trailer. Like I was so serious.
So today, you know how we love to play dress up. Models, they love clothes. So I'm gonna give them a little challenge. I'm bringing them some designer clothes.
All right, so y'all ready to have some fun?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go. We all ready to go?
How are you? I'm playing.
She happy here.
Welcome back. I'm here with Doc Honeycutt, and we're talking about bikes. We're talking about beauty. We're talking about mental health. We're just having a great conversation. And I want to know, so give us a little background on what we just saw.
So you just saw the Beautiez and Bikerz BBWs. Beautiful, voluptuous women. And on that clip, I gave them, I get clothes from sponsors, like designer clothes from different sponsors. And some of the pieces that I had, I wanted to bless them with them. They could not wear the pieces, but I wanted them to recreate them, to make them their own. And so I had them lined up. That you saw the clothes on the bar. I had them lined up. So they went and picked the pieces that they wanted to change.
Okay.
And we did a fashion show, after they recreated the pieces.
Yeah.
And you would not even recognize them.
How fun.
Yeah. So they were models that turned into designers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so-
I don't think I've ever seen that. That is awesome.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, is that?
Yeah. No, it looked like, I mean, every episode I've seen, you guys are having so much fun.
We do. It's a lot of fun. Like, you know, they say that I have introduced them to so many things that they would have never been introduced to, like the rodeos, like different trail rides. We get to experience, like people invite us to different events. Like we have experienced so much amazing stuff. Like it's like, wow, we're here.
How did you find the women that are a part of the show? With your Bikers and Beauties, were they people you already knew, or you auditioned them?
No.
Or they found you?
Some of them I knew. I got on Facebook. If anybody would like to be a part of a show, you know, definitely connect with me. And it's not hard, like, you know. So, and people know my rapport, so they trust me. They know that I'm not gonna like do anything to make them lose their character or, you know, anything like that. So, some of them I did know, maybe one or two, but most of them I did not know. And just meeting people along the way.
Yeah.
Being out, you meet people like, oh, you know, she look good on
do
TV.
that. Yeah.
She look good on TV.
So, going back to 2017, what brought you here to Access 21?
I said I had done everything else. You know, I do radio. I'm an author. Seemed like I had done everything entertainment, but I was like, I want to teach. I had a guy, one of my patients. He is not here anymore. He passed, but he was talking about he had a show here, and I was like, "You got a show? I want a show." He was like, "Well, I'll put you in." He said, "We can get you a show there." He said, "I'll get you in touch with who you need to get in touch with. You'll get you a show," and he did, and I got my show, but he passed like a little bit after that. So I was like, you know, he was there probably to help me with my journey, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So you came and you took some classes. How was that?
It was challenging, of course, because I didn't know anything about, you know, TV or doing content or, you know, running cameras, but, you know, you learn.
What class did you take? Was it specific for producing or studio?
Yes, whatever was required to start the show. I think I had to do like a producer's class. It's been so long.
Yeah,
can't
I
even
know,
remember
I know.
now,
And
but-
so much happens in such a short time
Yeah.
now. But you gained experience directing and producing.
Yes. I didn't ever go on to be like a director, but only stayed, you know, just done the producers. But you learn a lot. Like you learn a lot in the studio about lighting and audio, how important audio is.
Yes.
Like, you know, you see how many times we had to go over my voice to make sure that audio was right, because it is like one of the main things to doing
It can
content.
make or break a production. Audio is very important.
You know, like it takes a whole team to do what we do. You can't do it by yourself.
No,
So.
you can try, but
Yeah, you can try, but
yeah. So you got here, you took the classes, so your first show, tell me about that, how that was. You know, do you have to be a little nervous? This is my first time.
Terrible. I was terrible. But I did not quit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because once again, you know, it was new to me. I wasn't comfortable doing a whole lot of speaking in front of people because I wasn't doing public speaking then. You know what I'm saying? But once I got it,
Yeah.
man, you can't keep me. You cannot keep me out of a camera, and you give me a microphone now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but people quit. Some people quit, and you know they get discouraged because they feel like they're not going to get better.
Yeah, they don't want to push past that.
You got to.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest things. If you quit, you fail. So I'm like, I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep on. I don't care how terrible I am. I'm going to keep on doing it. And you know, you just get comfortable, and you know, you find your mojo, and you keep on moving.
What was one of the most memorable episodes from that series for you?
Oh.
Where you just realized, yes, this is what I want to do. This is what I need to be doing.
Oh, God, I can't remember. Let me see. One of the most memorable episodes that I had back then. She wanted me to remember all the way back then, 2017. Probably my first show, I would think, you know, that would be like the most memorable, because having the feeling after, like, I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is actually happening.
And you shot in the studio?
I shot in the studio. I used to shoot in the B, though. I think this is A, right? Yeah, I used to shoot in the B a lot.
So then you decided to do another show, but this one was going to be out in the fields.
Out in the field.
So what's it like shooting out in the field versus in a studio?
Shooting here is more structure. You don't have no structure when you do reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's our anything goes. Like, whatever we're doing at that time,
Right.
That's our content. So if you're doing something that you don't want the camera to catch, don't do it, because, you know, we're going to get it.
Do you, when you go out in the field, do you kind of have like a little bit of a plan of things that you want to accomplish, and then you just see where it goes? Or is it just like, let's just turn the cameras on and see?
When we are at these events, we just turn the cameras on, you know, and oh my God, it'd be so special because people come up, you know, they know who we are, and you know, they're showing us love, and especially when we go to places like that have food and drinks and stuff, like they're bringing us food and drinks, and you know, it's just amazing. Like the whole experience of everything has been very rewarding.
Meeting a lot of people,
and then I still get to talk about mental illness is real, because you know, I try to take that moment anytime that I have it to talk about it.
Now, you have models that are your plus size models, and it's only been recent that plus size models are getting love in the media, right? how have you seen when you asked these women, like, would you like to do this? And they've come and they're like, yeah, I want to do it. Like, have you seen a change between the first time they did any kind of modeling to the confidence they may have now?
Well, they were already bad models. Now they, they were doing that before they even came to the show.
So they were ready.
They already had the confidence, but they didn't have the TV side of it.
Right.
So for the season 1 that I did with them, it was kind of trial and error. They were finding themselves.
Yeah.
But we're on the second season now, and I done created monsters.
Do you feel like, though, that this is opening up for other young women who maybe in the past never would have seen themselves as a model to feel like, no, I am beautiful and I can do this as well?
Of course.
Yeah.
And that's the goal anyway, to let people know that, you have to start where you are. If you're 600 pounds, you got to start right there. If you don't want to be 600 pounds, if that's something that you want to change, you change it. But you start loving yourself where you are there at that 600 pounds and stay consistent. And you can turn into who you want, the person that you want to be.
And that's one thing I see with the show. Like, there's such, whether you mean for it or not, there really is this empowerment. And yeah, it's women's empowerment, but it's not a cliche women's empowerment. It really is like an empowerment in self-acceptance and self-love, and I'm celebrating me, and I'm celebrating the women around me, and it doesn't matter size, age, whatever. Like, we're beautiful, we're out here, we're having fun, just like everyone else, and there's like just this heart to it.
It is. I'm so proud of them. Like, I am so proud, and I'm proud too that, like I said, they know that they trust me and know that I'm gonna make good judgment for them. So
tell me, let's get a little technical, because I'm a little bit of a geek. Camera equipment out in the field. What are you capturing on? I know we talked about camera, it was the Lumix.
Right.
But audio-wise, you're doing wireless.
So we do some wireless, but mainly just making sure we got the mic on top of the camera. The camera, because like when you're out there and you're moving around like that, you can't have too much stuff with you.
Right.
We might have a couple tripods, but other than that, we got to travel light when we out there working.
So for somebody who's kind of new to shooting, what would you say is the equipment that they need to have in their backpack when they're shooting in the field? The must-have, but still staying light. So they would need a camera, obviously.
Yeah, and like you say, the lamps, the light. I mean, not the mics. I'm sorry. Maybe the mics as well, but batteries.
Yeah, charge those up before you get out there.
You have the batteries. Your lens. But other than that, you gotta
just do it.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is your hopes for the future of the show?
So my hopes for the future is just continue to change lives, keep getting that content out there, and I want to keep adding series to my brand.
So you have something else in the back of your mind in the works?
Oh, it's in the front of my mind.
It's in the front,
yeah,
okay.
We're going to start shooting. I'm going to do the Beautiez Bikerz with the Cowboys.
Okay.
So, and that'll be like everything that I do. It'll be Beautiez Bikerz, people that love dogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making an example.
Yeah.
Beautiez Bikerz, whatever. It's got to have the Beautiez Bikerz brand on it. So
I love that.
And just show like different Beautiez Bikerz travelers.
Yeah. So I want you to let our audience know where to see your show, what time, all of that, so that way they can tune in.
Okay. You can watch me right here on Access 21 on Thursdays at 9:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m.
You get a double dose.
Get a double dose. That's right.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining. I mean, I have a lot of other questions. We'll just talk about it after.
Right.
But thank you so much, Doc, for coming on to the show, and I
Thank
hope we
you
can
for
have you
having
back.
me.
'Cause
Yes, of course.
I think we could do a whole other show.
Yes, we could. Thank
All
you
right,
so
and
much.
Thank you, Charlotte, for tuning in to CMPAC Spotlight, where we always shine a spotlight on amazing talent. We'll see you again.